Introduction. There are many potential hazards and risks in the workplace. That's why your employer provides you eye and hearing protection on the job. However, all the safety equipment in the world won't do any good if you don't make the commitment to wear it when it's required. It's really your choice to protect yourself against workplace hazards. So don't leave your eye and hearing protection on a shelf or in your locker or vehicle. Make sure to wear the equipment when required, every time. Hearing protection. The anatomy of your ear. Let's begin with a brief overview on how your ear actually works. Then, we will review how to properly protect your hearing. The anatomy of our hearing system can be divided into three components: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The outer ear. The outer ear is made up of the parts of the ear that you can see and the external auditory canal. The outer ear collects and funnels sound down the ear canal. The outer ear has hairs and glands that produce a type of wax called cerumen that lubricates the skin and keeps it moist. The middle ear. The eardrum is a membrane at the inner end of the ear canal. On the inner side of the eardrum is an air-filled space called the middle ear. The vibrations of the eardrum are transmitted through the middle ear by three bones. These bones are called the ossicles. Individually, they are malleolus or hammer, the incus or anvil, and the stapes or stirrup. The stapes transmits vibrations from the middle ear into the inner ear. The inner ear has two functions, one for hearing, the other for balance. The hearing division consists of the cochlea and the auditory nerve. The cochlea is a snail-shaped, bony structure that contains the sensory organ for hearing. The process of hearing. Sound is transformed from vibrations into mechanical energy by the eardrum. It is then transmitted through the ossicles to the inner ear, where it is changed again, this time into hydraulic energy, for transmission through the fluid-filled cochlea. The cochlea's hair cells are stimulated by the fluid waves, and a neurochemical event takes place that excites the auditory nerves. The physical characteristics of the original sound are preserved at every energy change along the way until this code becomes one the brain can recognize and process. When exposed to loud or sustained noise, the tiny hairs in your inner ear can be bent over and may become damaged. Hearing lost this way can either be temporary, until the hairs straighten out, or become permanent. An example would be if you step on a patch of grass. The grass will eventually straighten out, but it takes a while. A hearing test will establish the employee's hearing baseline, and future tests can determine if any hearing loss has occurred. Hearing protection is required in any working environment where the noise level is 85 decibels or above. Many of these noises can be reduced by making sure all machinery is in good working order and by tightening any loose parts to eliminate rattles. Let's continue with protecting your hearing. Ears provide two warning signals that noise is too loud: temporary deafness and ringing in the ears. A relatively short exposure to a loud sound, such as a gunshot, may bring on temporary deafness. Sustained exposure to constant noise causes ringing in the ears or tinnitus. The first symptom of permanent hearing loss usually is an inability to hear high-pitched sounds. Speech and other sounds seem muffled. As hearing loss progresses, musical tones lose their distinctness. Eventually, the ability to hear normal speech is impaired. Hearing loss from constant exposure to loud noise isn't just an inconvenience. Sounds warn us of impending trouble and are important for many safety-related reasons. Being bombarded by noise can also lead to fatigue, which can then lead to preventable incidents. Hearing protection can lower sound levels by 15 to 30 decibels if there is a good seal between the hearing protector and the skin. The two basic types are earplugs and earmuffs. Both are lightweight and comfortable. Earplugs usually are made of plastic or rubber and are inexpensive. They should be fitted to get the seal necessary to totally block the ear canal. This is best accomplished by reaching over the top of your head, gently pulling the top of your ear, and inserting the plugs as shown here. Remember, jaw movement may loosen earplugs, so they should be resealed occasionally. They also must be kept clean or replaced frequently to prevent ear infection. Ordinary cotton balls stuffed into the ears reduce noise only about 7 decibels, so cotton or paper should never be used to reduce noise exposure. Cotton cannot block out high-frequency sound and will provide no protection from high sound levels. Earmuffs are somewhat more effective than earplugs since they enclose the entire ear. However, even a slight opening may reduce the effectiveness of the earmuffs. Special foam pads are available to slip on the temple pieces of eyeglasses and keep the earmuffs fitting tightly. Radio or music player headsets do not give adequate protection. They may eliminate some of the higher frequency sounds, but they are of little or no value in the low frequency range, the range of most industrial noise. Earplugs worn by swimmers also do not protect hearing. A good rule of thumb when it comes to hearing protection: anytime you must shout to be heard 3 feet away, the noise level is high enough to cause damage. Wrap up. Although eye and hearing protection is extremely important, do not rely on them alone to provide protection against hazards. Use the equipment in conjunction with machine guards, engineering controls, sound manufacturing practices, and common sense to reduce the chance of getting injured on the job. Saving your hearing and sight are well worth the extra time and effort. A little discomfort here and there is much better than the alternatives. Make the right choice. You won't regret it. Thank you.